Alright, so in this video, we will be covering 50 must-known shell scripting questions that will level up your skills and prep you for any interview. So let's dive in and become shell scripting pros together. Okay, so question number 1. What is a shell in Linux? So shell is a user interface or a command line which provides an environment to a user to execute some command or perform some action like this one. So right now I'm using a virtual machine and using the Linux based operating system. So this is my shell. We can call it a shell because it is providing a user interface from where I can perform some task or execute some commands. So question number 2 is, what is shell scripting? Because we are talking about the shell scripting. So shell script consists of set of commands to perform a task. Very simple. It is just a simple file with some task or set of commands in it. All the commands execute sequentially, and some of the tasks like file manipulation, program execution, user interaction, automation of tasks, etc. can be done. So repetitive tasks can be made easy using the shell script. Question number 3, how to tell which shell you are in or currently running or using? We can simply use the echo command, echo $0. So I can also show you echo $0. So currently I'm using the bash shell. So the name of the shell is bash. Question number 4, what are the different types of commonly used shell on a Linux system? So we have already seen, okay, right now I am using the bash, but is there any different types or other types of shell? Yes, of course, we do have. So bash or the born again shell is the most widely used. So most widely or commonly you will see bash, but apart from that, there are some other types of shell also like Z shell, K shell, TSH, fish. Currently, or the default shell on my MacBook is Z shell, but on the Linux environment, it is bash. Question number 5, how to run or execute a script? So let's say we already have a script, but how to run or execute it? So there are different ways I can show you. So first way is // the current location. So make sure you are already in that location. And after then you can use // and the name of the script. Or maybe if you are in the another directory, so you can use an absolute path like this, the whole path and the name of the script like this. Or you can simply provide which interpreter you want to use to execute your script. I can show you. Okay, I have already created so many test script. Let's say let me try to execute this one. So I can simply use bash. Okay, and basic.sh, the name of the file. It printed a output hello buddy on the terminal. Question number 6, after executing a shell script, how to terminate it? Okay, let's say I have a script here called sleep.sh. Okay, if I execute this command or the script like bash sleep.sh like this, so you can see my terminal is stuck right now. This script is still running and waiting for something. Now the question is, if I want to stop it or terminate it in the middle of the execution, how can I do it? Control C for terminate. Or there are two options actually. If you really want to terminate it fully, or you want to stop it for some time. So let's say let me try to run again bash sleep.sh. Okay, it is still waiting. Now I have two options. I can use command Z. So you can see it is stopped now. Okay, but it is still present in the process or the memory. Okay, now it is stopped. How to run it again? You have to simply use FG. FG means foreground. Okay, if I use FG, so it will start executing or resume the last stopped process. So FG, so you will see bash sleep.sh, it resume it again and completed it again. If I do control C, so it will just terminate it and that's it. Question number 7, what is the default login shell and how to change it? Can we change the default shell? Okay, so yes, we can do it using the sh command. Ch means change shell command. Okay, so right now my default shell is bash. Let's say I want to change it. So simply I can use chsh command. So it is saying what will be the next default shell and which shell you want to use it. So let me, if I provide it like bin sh, that I want to use the sh but not the bash, I can simply use this shell changed. Okay, now I need to restart or re-login again. So I will simply do this su root. Okay, so now you can see now my default shell is sh and I can simply use $0 also. So you will see right now I am using the sh. So I can simply use chsh again and change it back to bin bash. Very simple. Question number 8. What is the purpose of Shebang line? Okay, so first of all, let me show you a basic script. So if I use or show you vi basic.sh, so this is the most basic script. I do have the smallest script. I have also used hash bin, or we also call it as Shebang line. So what is the purpose of Shebang line? So it simply tells the OS, the operating system, which interpreter to use to execute this command. Because I have just shown you like there are different types of shell. You can also change it from bash to sh and so on. But for your script, which shell should be used? So this is the basic purpose. This is not mandatory because right now if your default shell is bash, right, so it will be executed as bash only. Okay, let's say you are transferring your script to another server, right, and bash shell is not the default shell on that server. So in that case, this bash line will be helpful. Question number 9. How to write comments in shell script? So it's very simple. Simply use the hash and after then your comment will be there. Very simple. In addition to that, how to use the multi-line comments in shell. So I can also show you an example. Vi comments.sh I have already created. So this hash and after then your comment. Okay, so this is a single line comment and this is a multi-line comment. Okay, for the multi-line comment you just need to use like this. Okay, the less than sign twice and after then you can write anything of your choice. Like I have written multi-line, and in order to end this comment, I need to write the same line, exact line at the end of the comment. Very simple. So question number 11 is, in a shell script, if you want to restart the loop at the next iteration before the loop completes, use the dash statement. And here are your options: continue, break, bust, or cancel. So it is somehow related to the programming language concept where we use the break or continue in the loops. So answer is we will use the continue statement. And of course it will be based on some condition. So if the condition is met or true, then again start the iteration of the loop and so on. Question number 12. Which commands are used to print output in the bash? It is the most simplest one, the echo command. So we have already seen an example. Question number 13. Again, the multiple choice. In a bash script, which of the following test if the value stored in variable mon, means month, mon, is equal to the string of June? So what is the correct syntax to check if the value of the mon is June or not? So here are 4 options. So this is the correct syntax of using or checking the values. I can also show you practically like this. So I have created a script if else.sh mon equal to June, but I need to check before executing something. So I have used if, okay, then $mon means the value of June is equal to June. Okay, if it is true, then print true, else false. Okay, so let me also show you running this script if else.sh. It is true, that means it ran successfully. Question number 14, again a multiple choice question. You are writing a bash script and you want to check if a file exists or not. Let's say temp out.txt, if this file is present or not. How you can do it, or means which is the correct syntax you can use. like -r, -e, -f, -d, etc. So the correct syntax or answer is -f. -f we use for checking the existence of the file. I can also check file check. So I have used this if, okay, the syntax -f and the path of the file out.txt. So if this file is present, it will print file is present, or else file is not present. Okay, let me close it and try to run it. Bash file check.sh. So file is not present. Okay, if I create this file, let's say touch temp out.txt file. Okay, so I have created in a file inside a temp directory. Now if I try to run bash file check.sh, so you can see file is now present. Question number 15. Which exit status indicates a successful execution for a bash script? So exit status show you if the last execution or the last script was successful or not, and it produces some number. If apart from 0, if there is any value, that means the execution was unsuccessful. Question number 16. How to make any variable unchangeable or read only? So we can simply add read only keyword before defining the variable. And after making the variable read only, you can't change the value of that variable within that script. Question number 17. How to find out how many arguments passed to a script? So the answer is you can simply use $hash. So I can show you the content. So I am simply using echo number of argument passed as $hash. Okay, $hash. If I try to run it, bash asked check.sh, for example, hello buddy. So number of argument passed 2. If I add one more, hey, so number of argument are 3. In a bash shell script, which of the following operator is used to test if two strings are equal? So we just seen this example using the mon variable. So the answer is equal. Okay. Question number 19. Again the multiple choice. Which of the following will take the output of host name, which is a command in Linux command, and store it in a variable name host? So we can simply say like how to store the output of a command in a variable. Okay, so what is the correct syntax? So here are 4 choices. So the answer is dollar and parenthesis, and within that you can mention your command. So I have created a script for this like this: host equal to dollar parenthesis and host name. So host name is the command, and after then I am printing the content of that variable host. So let me try to run it. Bash hostname.sh. The name of the server is CentOS01. I can simply use this command or execute this command hostname. So the value or the answer is same. Question number 20. Which of the following are used to end a case statement in bash script? So the answer is this one. So it is just opposite or the reverse of the case word, okay, or string, which is the ESAC. Okay, here is also I'm showing a quick syntax or the example of using the case. For example, case start with this and end with ESAC, which is the reverse of the case string. Question number 21. Which of the variable is valid to use in shell script? So we are simply talking about the allowed character in a variable name. So here are some few options like var, @ and in this we have used the hyphen. This in here we are starting with 1, that is a numeric value. This is a normal one, var, and here we are starting with a dollar and all. So the correct answer is simply this var, because we can't use the special character within the variable name. Very simple. Question number 22. Differentiate between $@ and $*. What is the difference between them? These are the special character we use while handling the arguments passing in our script. So let's see the difference. So $* means consider all arguments as a single entry, $@ consider all argument as separate entity. So it depends upon your requirement and case to case basis. So let me show you an example. I have created for args.sh. So I am using right now for I in $@. Okay, and let's see and I'm just using echo and $I. Okay, and let me try to run this script bash for args.sh, and let me provide some arguments like hello buddy. So you can see it treated both these arguments as the different or separate entity. So hello and buddy. If I simply change it for args, okay, and from @ to asterisk and save it, and again run the same command bash for and provided 2 arguments, and you will see it is on the same line. So it treated it as a single entity or single value. Question number 23. How to redirect and append both stdout and stderr to a file with bash. Okay, so in simple words, how you can redirect the standard output or standard error produced within or by your script to a file. So we can simply use like this. Okay, this is we use for the appending a file. Let's say you are writing a logs in a log.txt file, but you are redirecting both the error produced and the normal standard output. So you have to use like this, 2 greater than and 1. Question number 24. A while loop is a loop that repeats a series of commands as long as a given condition is dash. So is it a true or false? I think so you guys know. So it is a true. Okay, it was simple one. Question number 25. How to check a directory exists or not using the bash? Okay, so we have already covered how to check the existence of a file, right, using the -f. But for the directory, we can use -d. Question number 26. Difference between if then and case statement. So in this case, if then looks for the matching criteria. So if the given condition is true or not. For the case, gives you the list of options to choose from. So for example, you want to go through the multiple conditions, then case is more useful for you. Question number 27. Let's say your interviewer provided you this script and asked you like what will be the output of this script. So by simply looking at this script, so what is present? There is a variable shell and the value csh. Okay, now there is a if statement and we are checking some conditions like if $shell means the value of shell equal to bash. If yes, then print this. Else if, another condition, if the value of shell variable is csh, then print this. Else this. Okay, so you seems to like the csh shell, so I guess you understood. So answer is you seems to like the csh shell. So because we are using the condition. Question number 28. In what ways shell script get input values from a user or terminal? This is related to a topic how to create the interactive scripts. Okay, and how you can provide the values to the script. So there are 2 ways actually. One is asking within the script, like using the read command, like what is your name, and the second is by the parameters or by providing the arguments, like while it's running the script, provide some values so your script can read those values and use it. Script for this input.sh read what's your name and it will print it on the terminal. Okay, if I run it bash input.sh, so it is asking for your name, so I can provide like the user input, okay, like Paul, so welcome Paul. Question number 29. In what ways shell script can check if the user executing it is a root user or not? Means you have created a script to execute something which is very critical and you don't want that any user can run or execute it. So you have to add a check within your script that the user must be the root user. So this can be achieved using or checking the UID of a user who is executing it. So the UID of the root user is always 0. So you can simply use $UID equal to 0 or not. So let's say I can simply show you. I am currently logged in as a root user. If I do echo $UID, but if you are confusing like what is UID, this is a predefined variable or bash variable provided by the operating system or the distribution. So if I simply use $UID because it is a variable, so you will see it is a 0. Why? Because I am currently logged in as a root user. Question number 30. How will you automate your script to run or execute at a given time? Let's say you have created your script. Now you want to automate it. So it should be scheduled to execute at a certain given time in future. So we can simply use it using the cron tab or at command. I have recently uploaded the dedicated video on cron jobs and cron tabs, so you can watch that to get more information. Question number 31. How to check whether a link is a hard one or a soft link. So this is related to the hard link and soft link topic. Although if there is any requirement within your script to check the link, so you can simply use -h or -l operator to test it or to check if it is a hard link or soft link. Question number 32. How will you debug a shell script? Because debugging is very important to see like what is happening on every step. So we can simply set some parameters at the beginning of the script like set -x to run our script in a debug mode. Let me show you debug.sh. So this is a very simple script. Okay, I am using the same one, the if condition and all. I have only used set -x for the debugging. Okay, if I run this, what will happen? You will see. See, on every step, what is happening? Defining a variable, yes, plus. Okay, I am checking some condition. Okay, it is executing, plus means executing, yes, and it is then printing a string on the terminal. So you will get an idea like at every step what is happening. Question number 33. How will you find total shells available in your system? Let's say we have just seen using the sh, using the bash, but how do we find like how many different type of shells supported in my system? So you can simply use etc shells. Okay, let me also show you cat etc shells. So currently I am only having sh and bash. Question number 34. What is the use of $? So, okay. So $$ gives you the current process ID. $$ means it is again a variable. So you will simply use echo and $. So you will get the process ID like 11407. PSEF grab 11407. So you can see the current bash I am using, this process ID is associated with that. Question number 35. To run a script, what types of permission a script should have and how will you provide it? To run a script or execute a script, executable permission needs to be provided to a script. We can use chmod command for this. I have a lot of script here. Let's take the example of basic.sh. I have also shown you how to execute this command using the // and basic.sh like this. Okay, if I do this, you will see permission denied. So executable permission should be there, but how to check? ls-l basic.sh. So you will see basic.sh for the root user, it is only having the read write permission but not the executable permission. We can simply provide chmod u means user plus x and basic.sh. X means executable permission. That's it. Now you can also verify. So you can see it is converted into green color and it is X is there, means executable permission. If I simply do now $/basic.sh, so yes, it is running now. Also, I have uploaded a dedicated video on chmod and permissions related. So please do watch that video to get more details. Question number 36. Is it possible to run multiple scripts at a time? If yes, then how? Let's say you have 3-4 scripts and you want to run all at the same time. So what you will do? Okay, so one way I can suggest you is we can invoke name of the script in another script. Let's say if you have a script 1 and a script 2, you can define those two scripts in the third script, which is the script 3, and run that third script, so it will run both the script at the same time. Question number 37. What are the meta characters in a shell? So meta characters are the special characters which provides information about other characters. For example, the wildcards characters like the asterisk or the question mark for the single characters. So you can also use these. These are mostly used for the text processing and the pattern finding and all. Question number 38. What are the loops in shell and what are the types? So what are the different types of loops you can use in the shell? So loops are used to repeatedly run a portion of a script for a given number of repetition or until the condition is met. So if you want to execute or run the block of code or the set of commands in repetition multiple times, then loops are very helpful. And the different types of loops you can use is for loop, while loop, and until loop. And I have covered this in a detailed video of shell scripting. Question number 39. Which of the following are used to end a if-else statement in a bash script? So it is again same like the case. So opposite or the reverse of if, that is the fi. So fi will be the answer. Question number 40. How to define a infinite loop in a bash script? So suppose you want to make a script which will continuously run forever, like until you stop it, manually and all. So you can create a infinite loop, so it will be keep running in background and keep checking something. So what syntax you can use? Although you can use it, define it using the for loop also, but in this case while true is the one option you can use for the infinite loop. Question number 41. How to use expressions in a script? Expressions like increment or decrement or mathematical operation, right? So of course that is the basic need which may be required. So we can handle the expression using the two different types. One is the let command. So let, you can provide a plus plus, let a equal to 5 multiplied by 10. So we are basically doing the mathematics expression, although there are other ways like double parenthesis, and you can do your mathematical operations. Question number 42. How to get the name of the current script and print within a script? Inside the script, how to get the name of your script? So this may be useful for the logging purpose, and also you can use $0 within your script, which will print the name of your script. Question number 44. What are the functions in shell scripting? So functions are the block of code which performs some task and run when it is called. So it will not run by default. So you have to call the function in order to execute the code within that function. Can be reused many times in our program, which lessen our lines of code, and we can pass arguments to the function. Question number 45. How to make a basic function in a shell scripting? We understood what is function. Now how to make a basic function? So here is the syntax. So there are two ways actually, using the function and the name of the function, and you can provide your code inside the curly braces, or another way is my fun, that is the name of your function directly with the parenthesis. So here you don't need to write the function, and again your lines of code. And to call your function, you just need to use the name of your function. Very simple. Question number 46. How to print a random integer in a shell scripting? Just any random integer. This may be useful to generate the random passwords and all. So we can use the by default or predefined bash variable, which is the random, and it will produce a random number between 0 to 32,767. I can also show you echo dollar random. So 5619, okay. So every time it will be keep generating a random number like this. Question number 47. In a shell script, what will you do if you don't want to print the output of a command on the terminal and also in a file? We can use, or we can redirect the output to the dev null or device null, we also call it. So for example, we do have a script basic.sh. So it is producing some text or some output on the terminal, right? If we don't want it to print on the terminal and neither on the file, what we can do? Okay, we can simply do or redirect, let's say redirect, okay, dev device null. Okay, let me save it, and if I run it again, so there will be no output. What can be used to create delay between two execution? So we have already seen this in an example. So we can use the sleep command, which will create a delay between the two consecutive execution. So sleep 1 second or 1 minute, you can provide in this way. Question number 49. How to stop a script based on a given condition? Which keyword can be used to stop a script? Using the exit command. Question number 50. What is the use of logger in shell scripting? Logger. So it is useful for generating and maintaining the logs. And these types of logs are present or generated in the var logs and messages file. One more question is there. What is the use of exit status in a shell scripting? If I use simply pwd and echo dollar question mark 0 means the last command was successful because you got some output, right? If I do cd root, I have got permission denied means the last command or the last execution of command was unsuccessful. If I check the exit status, you will see 1, which is the unsuccessful. So you can use this exit status in many cases. And in the end, a very basic question which can be asked is, what is the difference between equal to, double equal to, or EQ while checking the condition in the shell script using the if else condition, let's say. So here's the basic or very small difference. See, EQ, simple EQ is used for the numerical comparison. Like you want to compare the numerical value, simply use the EQ. If we're talking about the strings comparison, we should use equal to or double equal to. Now what is the difference? Single equal to means used for string comparison, which is true. This is also used for string comparison in double brackets because we have been using the double brackets only, but it also supports the pattern matching. Hope you found this video helpful. In that case, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.